Hello everyone, it's DA here, and today on our Dauntless video, I have a repeaters build, a DPS build, or at least a fast build for you guys. This is something that I've been working on for at least maybe 2 weeks or so. I've been reading up on those things and try to figure it out for myself without having to look for outside help. And I have been testing out different cells, different perks, different combinations. I was also trying to see the effects of stagger damage and wound damage whenever I'm using repeaters. Right here is my Desperado Gunslinger build. It focuses mostly on speed and the damage just comes with it naturally. Starting with the repeaters, I have full bore chamber, captain's grip, lucky magazine for the critical chance. For the prisms, I often swap back and forth between Eclipse Prism, which is the red triangle, and of course the Serum Prism, which is the cube. Most of the time I stick with Eclipse Prism, however from time to time I swap back and forth and use the Serum Prism. I have a Predator cell and a Nimble cell. Predator is so easy to trigger on repeaters because behemoths can hardly hit you and you have that distance, or at least that small distance away, and it's easy to maneuver yourself. Nimble is a cell that I just put on there because I couldn't figure out what to put on there. For the gear aspect of things, I have a Rezakiri helmet and gloves. I have a Karabakh chest, and I also have a Koshai leg armor. For the lantern, I swap between Embermane and Drask. Sometimes I use Embermane, sometimes I just focus on Drax. And this is something that I've been trying to figure out if I should go with just straight on speed or straight on damage boost. I've been doing a lot of part farming lately, and it is quite evident in this build as well. I have Bladestorm for the part damage, Conduit for the extra damage, and of course I have Energize for my lantern ability, which will boost Conduit. I have Molten, which is going to give me those fire orbs, which will then boost my DPS as well because it will increase my attack speed and my movement speed. I also have Predator for that 35% damage boost. Then of course I have Nimble, which is something that I just threw on there. Feel free to use whatever you want to use to substitute Nimble. Please note that some of these perks also work better on certain behemoths than another. Shroud, for example, can affect your Predator perks because a lot of those Umbral goo is going to be hitting you a lot and it will disable some of those Predator perks. So you want to think about that as well. For my tonics, I sometimes use Frenzy and Blitz, which is going to be damage boost and attack speed. But in certain situations, I often use Bulwark and Ether Drive. Now, I think Ether Drive is one of the most underrated or underappreciated tonics in the game. The boost to the lantern charge will synergize perfectly with Conduit perks, so that is why I often use it from time to time. And I also enjoy it because you have that 100% extra lantern charge. So I have a Shroud gameplay in the background here. I was soloing Shroud with my repeaters. I used Shroud to test it out to see how it really performs, and I have to say it did really well than I actually anticipated, more than expected in fact. Anyways, feel free to let me know what you think about this and feel free to build yours in whichever way you want. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.